Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Nonprofit Shoutout Interview Volunteer Edition. I am so excited to deepen the layers of letting you guys know about what makes nonprofits tick. We all know it involves so much hard work, it involves so much heart, it involves so much money and time, and obviously the main currency is volunteers. And if you've ever volunteered at any nonprofit, you know that there are some volunteers that just become lifers. It becomes it's just where they want to spend a beautiful amount of their time. And I'm so excited to be talking with Jeanette Williams today. And welcome to Nonprofit Shoutout Volunteer Edition.
Thank you.
So I just would love for you to talk about how you found Todos Juntos to be, like, how did you wind up at Todos Juntos Learning Center?
Sure. Well, it's actually really fun and very unexpected. I was at a board meeting for another nonprofit that I am involved on, and I happened to be sitting next to a woman whom I know now is Christina, but at the time I did not know who she was. And Christina is the founder and the director of Todos Juntos. And she and I were visiting, and as she started to tell me about her mission with Todos Juntos, I became very intrigued, and um, she actually invited me to come to a coffee that she was having at the school just a couple of days later for the public to become informed about the school. And so I went to that coffee and got to see her school and her mission actually live. And I was so enamored by what I saw that I ended up signing up to be a volunteer by the end of the coffee. And then I had my first volunteer time the very next week. I signed on as soon as they had a spot the very next week. So that's how I found Todos, was this random by chance meeting sitting next to her at another board meeting. So, and I've been there ever since. So
That's amazing. I
yeah.
bet that you're kind of looking back and going, that really wasn't an accident. Maybe
Yes, I definitely agree with that.
I
I
think that.
definitely agree.
And and so tell us more about, like, in your daily life, how much time do you give?
I have 3 other areas where I do volunteer. And so when one of the other elementary schools that I volunteer for, they have shut down for volunteers coming into the building because of COVID. But prior to that, counting for that elementary school and then the time that I gave to Drive a Senior, which is another nonprofit
Yes.
organization in town,
Yes.
and then Todos, when everything is up and running, I would say that it would probably only be maybe about 4 hours a week, 5 hours a week. And then I would volunteer my time whenever they were having a special event and they needed somebody to come in and help set up or
Mhm.
clean up, take down, prepare for. So it's always a little extra, but only at times of different events. So, but with Todos, when I started off as a one-on-one reading buddy, it was an hour a week. And then now my volunteer role is more of a teacher assistant role. And so that is about 3 to 4 hours a week. And then any additional time that I'm able to give them for events. So,
Oh, so yeah, so volunteering it does not take over your life if you choose to
right.
not let it.
Correct.
And it really can fill in the cracks where you need. Tell
Absolutely.
me what exactly do you do for Todos Juntos?
Okay. Well, when I first started with them, it was as a one-on-one reading buddy. And being a reading buddy is something that I have done for years in different elementary schools. And my favorite part of that is the one-on-one connection with the
Mhm.
students, the young readers, and um, helping them to find a love for reading and ways that they can kind of escape everything else going on in their day. So my first volunteer task with Todos was the one-on-one reader. And the teachers would pick out a student. They tried to make sure everybody got a turn because it became so popular for the
Sure.
little guys to come in, even
Yeah.
off the playground, to come inside
Wow.
and have, I know that's how much they loved it, was to come in and have that quiet time with just the adult. And all we would do is read. And they really learned how to trust other adults in that time, I feel,
Mhm. Mhm.
whenever they would feel safe in that reading space and they learned to trust and have fun with the other adult that would take them out for them to read. Then now I'm helping out one of the teachers or a couple of the teachers, whoever has the need, as an extra adult in the room, as their assistant in the classroom,
Wonderful.
helping, just manage, play, prepare things, and of course, read with the kids whenever I'm in there. So both of those roles have been perfect because they've been one-on-one, they've been with small groups of kids, working with the teachers directly. I mean, it's kind of a dream. So it's
Oh,
just been wonderful. So that's what I'm doing now for them.
it's kind of a dream.
Yeah, it
I
is
love that
actually.
so much.
It is actually.
That is absolutely, I love that so much.
Yeah.
So this may keep us for another 45 minutes talking. If I ask you this question,
Yeah.
what keeps you coming back? I mean,
Mhm.
just what
Yeah.
puts the smile on your face? Like,
Yeah.
what is it?
Well, I can answer that for you. And it's actually the way that I look at it, the Todos experience for me has really three different levels of experience. And one is to actually be witness to what the moms, the adult learners, what they're going through.
Right.
I don't work in any way directly with them, but they're around. You can
Mhm.
definitely see them, and to watch each year the community that the moms form within their own school is
Mhm.
really heartwarming, because these are generally women that have challenges, whatever those challenges might be for that particular family. But
Mhm.
you're witnessing them learn a second language so that they can literally get
Humbling.
by and survive.
Humbling.
Very
Mhm.
humbling. So that's number one. And then you see them form their own kind of mom community. I
Mm.
mean, because when you
Important.
think about all of us, they're parents of young children, and they form a community, and you can just see that they're discussing, what did their child do, how do I handle that, and they get parenting lessons as well from the staff at
Mhm.
Todos Juntos. So you can see that part of their community developing. And then every event that Christina and the school has ever put on for the school population, they have been so well attended. I mean, the
Mm.
parents come back with their kids, and to see them develop this community. So that's one layer of what I just love to sort of be witness to off
Mhm.
on the side.
Mhm.
Um, the other is to actually see how successful a nonprofit and a school can be, to
Mm.
see the everybody from the administrative staff to the board to the teachers, the volunteer coordinator, to see all of those people take on their roles with such seriousness and such love and compassion for their mission,
Mhm.
and have it all come together and look so seamless.
Mm.
It's just really lovely to be a part of that, even though I'm sort of on the periphery.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
they're an amazing group. And then I do have to say, my favorite part, though, is the kids.
Mm.
And they are, a, they're so happy when they come to school. They are just so happy to be there. They know their mom is just down the hall in school as well. So
Mhm.
it becomes a very normal thing to go to school and work on things, learn new things. It becomes very normal. Um, and the program is really setting these kids up to be kindergarten ready, which is one of the whole purposes for the children to be there.
Mhm.
And to be a part of having those kids learn what it's like to, again, trust other adults, to have a schedule, have a routine. What is it like to be part of a classroom? To see them experience something that they might not have experienced at home. I mean, the teachers have a curriculum for the students. There are themes there. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just really a lovely spot to be in. And so that's what keeps me coming back, is to be part of that, that environment. And one of the last things I'll say about it is I laugh a little bit to myself, because when I first signed on with Todos, I thought, well, this will be a great way for me to practice my Spanish, because my Spanish is actually not that great, but I wanted practice. So some of the children there do have a fairly good command of the English language. And I will, sometimes when I'm reading with those kids, I'll try to speak to them in Spanish. And sometimes they'll look at me and they will just know that I really actually don't know what I'm saying. And so they'll either try to correct me in Spanish and we'll kind of banter back and forth, or they'll just straight up answer me in English. And it's really funny, because then we giggle and we laugh, and it's just, it's so, it's really fun to see them proud that they can already speak 2 languages. And I just feel, what a gift to have 2 languages as a child getting ready to start in public elementary school. So across the board, it's just top to bottom. I just love being there.
It's obvious. It's obvious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Gosh, I've pretty much covered the questions I want to ask you. Is there anything, you would want to just share with anybody who might just be curious about Todos Juntos Learning Center? And, if anybody's watching and thinking, that sounds interesting, what will be that last little hook?
The last little hook would be that they have all different types of volunteering opportunities. You don't have to be a volunteer that works one-on-one in the classroom at all. They could use people on the administrative side, use people doing the preparation or organizing before an event. So if you're at all interested, just call and ask about volunteering, because it runs the gamut on what you might do.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we will definitely put links to be able to reach out to Todos Juntos
Great.
in the notes here for sure.
Great.
So I really want to thank you for your time today.
Sure.
And
thank you for asking.
oh my gosh, of course.
Thank
And
you.
I know that Todos Juntos is so reliant on you and all the volunteers for what you give. And it just sounds like you're all contributing to this beautiful, positive force of getting
It is a
kids
force.
ready. Woo! Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you guys for watching the Nonprofit Shoutout Interview Volunteer Edition. And I'm just so excited to hear from someone who is in there and giving us the real insight about why we should keep these nonprofits alive and thriving, because they are touching lives, and that's just, there's no other better gift than that. So anyway, I'm Ryan Lanier, Organizing for Good, and I look forward to hearing from you next time for our next interview. Thanks so much.